Gianfranco Zola, OBE, Ufficiale OMRI is an Italian former footballer and manager. He spent the first decade of his playing career playing in Italy, most notably with Napoli, alongside Diego Maradona and Careca, and at Parma, before moving to English side Chelsea, where he was voted the Football Writers' Player of the Year in the 1996 Euro 97 season. In 2003 he was voted Chelsea's greatest player ever. He was capped 35 times for Italy from his debut in 1991, appearing at the 1994 FIFA World Cup and Euro 96. Zola began his managerial career with West Ham United in 2008 in the Premier League, after a stint with the Italian U21s, before being sacked in 2010. Zola most recently became manager of Watford in July 2012 until he announced his resignation on December 16, 2013. Club career, Italy. Born in Oliena, Zola signed his first professional contract with Sardinian team Larese in 1984. In 1986, he moved to the Sassari-based team Torres, where he spent 3 seasons. In 1989, he signed for Napoli in Serie A. The young and talented Zola scored 2 goals as understudy to Diego Maradona as Napoli won the Serie A title in 1990. Maradona would prove to be a big influence on Zola's career. The two would spend hours practicing free kicks together after training, and Zola later said that I learned everything from Diego. I used to spy on him every time he trained and learned how to curl a free kick just like him. Zola helped Napoli to win the Supercoppa Italiana in 1991 and he made his debut for the Italian national side under coach Arrigo Sacchi in the same year, winning his first cap against Norway in November. In 1993, Zola left Napoli and joined fellow Serie A side Parma. He won the UEFA Cup with Parma and the Italian Cup in 1995. It was with the blue and yellow club that he cemented his reputation as a creative player. Ironically, manager Carlo Ancelotti came to see Zola as a square peg and able to fit into his rigid system. Zola was played out of position and ultimately made available for transfer and moved to Chelsea. In November 1996, Zola joined Chelsea for £4.5 a million as one of several Continental players signed by Ruud Gullit and was assigned the number 25 jersey. He made his debut in a 1-1 draw with Blackburn Rovers at Ewood Park. In his debut season he put in several notable performances and scored a series of memorable goals. In February 1997, after spiriting the ball around Manchester United's defence in the penalty area before slotting the ball past goalkeeper Peter Schmeichel, he was described by United manager Alex Ferguson as a clever little so-and-so. He was a key player in Chelsea's resurgence in the 1996 Euro 97 season, helping them win the FA Cup with a 2-0 win over Middlesbrough at Wembley Stadium, having scored 4 goals en route to the final, including a 25-yard curling shot against Liverpool as Chelsea came from 0-2 behind to win 4-2, and a memorable goal of individual skill in the semi-final against Wimbledon, back-heeling the ball and turning 180 degrees before slotting the ball into the net. At the end of the season he was voted FWA Player of the Year, the only player ever to win the accolade without playing a full season in the English League and the first Chelsea player to win it. In the 1997 Euro 98 season, Zola helped Chelsea win 3 more trophies, the League Cup, the Cup Winners' Cup and the Super Cup. An injury denied him a place in the starting lineup for the Cup Winners' Cup final against Stuttgart at the Rajensunda Stadium in Stockholm, but he came on as a second-half substitute and scored the winning goal after barely 30 seconds. With only his second touch of the game, he struck a through ball from Dennis Wise into the roof of the net to secure Chelsea's 3rd major trophy in a year and the 2nd European trophy in the club's history. In the same season, Zola hit his first professional hat-trick, in a 4-0 victory over Derby County at Stamford Bridge in November 1997. When Chelsea made their first appearance in the Champions League in 1999 Euro 2000, Zola was a key player throughout the campaign, although he found his chances in the Premier League more limited, owing to manager Gianluca Vialli's squad rotation policy. Zola scored 3 goals in Chelsea's run to the Champions League quarter-finals, including a curling free kick against Barcelona, and he again won the FA Cup with the club, with his free kick in the final against Aston Villa setting up Roberto Di Matteo's winner. His later years with Chelsea saw his appearances restricted by the new strike pairing of Jimmy Floyd Hasselbaink and Area Degree Johnson. In the 2001 Euro 02 season, Zola's starting chances became limited, after a summer when Claudio Ranieri showed the door to many of Chelsea's ageing stars such as club captain Dennis Wise, goal-scoring midfielder Gustavo Poyet and French defender Franck Leboeuf. Zola was limited to infrequent starts and many substitute appearances due to Ranieri's new policy of decreasing the average age of the Chelsea squad, preferring to play the gifted Icelandic youngster Gudjohnsen with Hasselbaink, though Zola did score with a back-heeled effort in mid-air in an FA Cup tie against Norwich City, a goal manager Claudio Ranieri described as fantasy magic. In 2002 Euro 03, his final season with Chelsea, he enjoyed a renaissance, scoring 16 goals, his highest seasonal tally for Chelsea, and was voted the club's Player of the Year after helping Chelsea qualify for the Champions League. Zola scored his final goal for Chelsea, a lob from outside the penalty area against Everton, on Easter Monday 2003, and made his final competitive appearance for the club on the final day of the season with a 20-minute cameo against Liverpool, beating 4 Liverpool players during a fantastic dribble late on in the match, gaining applause from both sets of fans. This would become the final class moment of his Chelsea career. He played in a total of 312 games for Chelsea and scored 80 goals. In early 2003, Zola was voted as the best ever Chelsea player by Chelsea's fans. In November 2004, he was awarded an OBE Euro honorary member of the Order of the British Empire, in a special ceremony in Rome. In 2005, Zola was voted into the Chelsea FC Centenary 11, occupying one of the 2 forward roles. No other Chelsea player has held Zola's number 25 shirt since his departure, prompting some to report that the squad number has been retired. Despite such reports, the club has not officially withdrawn it from circulation. Returned to Italy, in the summer of 2003, amid rumours of an impending takeover at Chelsea, Zola left Stamford Bridge to join Cagliari, the most important club from his native Sardinia. Within a week Chelsea was acquired by Russian billionaire Roman Abramovich. It was reported that Abramovich tried to buy the entire Cagliari club when Zola refused to renege on his verbal contract with Cagliari, although Zola himself will not confirm it. Zola subsequently led Cagliari to promotion to the Italian Serie A, then he renewed his contract for Cagliari Calcio for 1 more year. He retired in June 2005, after ending his career in appropriate style with a double against Juventus in his last ever professional game. His number 10 Cagliari jersey was withdrawn in his honour for the season after he left, but was worn in the 2006 Euro 07 season by Andrea Capone. International career: Zola made his debut for Italy on November 13, 1991, in a Euro 1992 qualifier against Norway, which ended 1-1. He appeared at the 1994 World Cup, making 1 appearance in the second round against Nigeria. After only a few minutes, Zola was sent off, after fouling Augustin Guevoen, which forced him to miss the 2 subsequent World Cup matches. He did not regain his place in the side after this suspension. His first 2 goals came on March 25, 1995, in a 4-1 in a Euro 1996 qualifier against Estonia. Zola played in all 3 group games at Euro 1996, and missed a penalty against Germany as Italy surprisingly crashed out in the first round. He scored the only goal of the game in a World Cup qualifying match against England at Wembley in February 1997, and won his final cap for Italy in the return fixture against England in Rome in October 1997. He retired from international play after he was not called up for the 1998 World Cup, finishing with 35 total caps and 10 goals. Other work: in his playing career, Zola played 628 games and scored 193 goals. Despite speculation he would play on in the 2005 Euro 06 season, Zola decided to leave the game just a week before he turned 39, and took a job as an Italian football pundit. rumours were circulating within Australia that Zola was being chased by several A-League clubs, including Sydney, Melbourne Victory and Perth Glory, about a possible comeback, but Zola quashed such rumours. He did, however, play a charity match in Sydney in December 2006, appearing in both Marconi Stallions and APIA colours. Zola also played against Shrewsbury Town in the first match at their New Meadows Stadium for A-Line All-Stars on July 14, 2007 as part of a kit sponsorship deal between the club and A-Line, who made Zola's boots. Managerial career, Italy U21. In 2006, Zola started his coaching career, being appointed as assistant manager to Italy U21 manager and Pierluigi Casiraghi by the Italian Football Federation. The duo led the Azzurrini to the 2008 Olympics in Beijing, where they reached the quarter-finals before being defeated 3-2 by Belgium U21. West Ham United. On September 7, 2008, it was reported that Zola had been interviewed in Rome for the vacant manager's position at West Ham United and had impressed the club's representatives at the interview. 2 days later, he agreed a 3-year contract to manage West Ham United, replacing Alan Kirbishley, who resigned following differences with the board. He was unveiled as manager on September 11, despite not having the required UEFA managing license. Zola, surprisingly for someone closely associated with West Ham's crosstown rivals Chelsea, quickly gained the backing of the fans. Nevertheless, he received applause from Chelsea fans whenever he returned to Stamford Bridge as West Ham manager. After a shaky start, Zola began to develop a side with a flair not seen in a West Ham side for some years. Zola also received praise for integrating more youth products into the first team. The likes of Junior Stanislas and Xavier Hines were given their debuts. The duo and first-team youngsters Jack Collison and James Tompkins all scored their first goals for the club during his tenure. In April 2009, Zola signed a contract that could have kept him at Upton Park until 2013. West Ham struggled in the 2009 Euro 10 season. Zola's position as manager was put in doubt when he revealed he had not been consulted over a bid for West Bromwich Albion player Graham Dorrans and by chairman David Sullivan's announcement that the entire squad was for sale except for midfielder Scott Parker. West Ham finished in 17th place, only 5 points above the relegation places. On May 11, 2010, 2 days after the end of the 2009 Euro 10 season, West Ham announced the termination of Zola's contract with immediate effect. Avon Grant was announced as his successor on June 3, 2010, and a week later it was announced that the club had reached a compensation settlement with Zola. Watford. Zola was strongly linked with the managerial position at Watford in 2012, following the club's takeover by Udinese and Granada owner Gianpaolo Pozzo. He was confirmed as Watford manager on July 7, signing a 2-year contract. In his first season, Zola led Watford to third place and a playoff position, which then saw them progress to the final at Wembley. There, they lost 1-0 to fifth-place side Crystal Palace after extra time. On December 16, 2013, Zola resigned as Watford manager. At the time of his resignation, Watford were 13th in the league, had not won since October 2013 and had lost their last 5 home games. Career statistics, manager, as of match played December 14, 2013. Personal life, Zola lives in Orpington and is married to Franco with 3 children. His son Andrea plays for Grays Athletic and has played for West Ham reserves. Honours, Officer of the Order of the British Empire, 2004, Chelsea Centenary 11, 2005, references. External links, www.footballdatabase.com. Profile, detailed club and national team statistics, honours, timeline and picture gallery, Gianfranco Zola career stats at Soxabase, Gianfranco Zola management career stats at Soxabase.